Okay, so if you're watching this video, Fire Force Online is basically 24 hours away. This time tomorrow, or at some point tomorrow, we're actually going to be playing Fire Force Online. Now, if you don't know, Fire Force Online has been revamped. They even changed the name. I think the name's changed. The name's definitely changed. Yeah, so it's not really Fire Force Online anymore. It's Fire Force Reignition. So Fire Force Reignition, I'm going to call it Fire Force Online just for the sake of, clarity's sakes. Fire Force Online, it will be back and we will be playing. So today, the basis of this video is honestly before you play. It's not really going to be a before you buy because you don't technically need to spend money on this game since it's going to be free to play. Now, I'm not 100% sure if the game has console or mobile. It might and it might not. I don't really remember because I just don't know. So getting straight into it, the things you need to know. Essentially, what has changed about the game? Now, the last time I played it, there wasn't Inferno. Apparently there was, but I don't remember Infernos being in the game. But now you can become an Inferno. Infernos do have their own progression line as well, with their own subclass and ability. Each of those subclasses changing drastically how these Infernos play, and the subclass doing that as well, giving the Infernos abilities as well, and sometimes even changing the appearance of your Inferno. Now, it doesn't change everything drastically. If you are a Generation 1, whether it's a good guy, white clad, or a Fire Force member, you can become an Inferno. And that progression line honestly just consists of doing your phone quest as the other progression lines do. There is nothing inherently unique about being an Inferno except for the fact that you have a different appearance, you have different abilities, and you have different subclass. In terms of progression, you're going to be doing the same thing, which is the phone mission. So you have your easy missions, which is level 0. Once you hit level 20 or rank 20, you can start doing medium missions, which put harder opponents and give more EXP. And then once you're rank 40, harder missions, more EXP. And at rank 10, you are actually able to take part in PvP missions, which is slightly more entertaining, and they give EXP when you win as well. Other than that, the gameplay loop is exactly the same. You spam phone missions until you're max level, and you start getting stronger gears from drops. You start participating in the hourly raids, the payload raids, or whatever raid event is happening at the moment, whether it's capture the objective or the payload. You're going to be participating in. Now, from what it looks like, there is a lot more content. Within the trailer, you can see things like new factions, which really just means there's new enemies that you're able to fight. There's a new form of progression, which is the boss rush rift that appear randomly in the map, and you can just go inside the rift. Kind of works how it worked in Paradox. You join a rift and then it takes you to an instance with other players where you defeat a bunch of different enemies. As well as that, on the more of the Endgame sides, you can actually access the Adula, I don't know how you pronounce it, Adula, which is kind of like the other side, the netherworld, where you can get marks, which is basically a way to make your character stronger and encounter new enemies. And there are artifacts in the game now. Artifacts are, some of them are weapons, etc., that also make you stronger. So there is more content. However, the content gameplay loop is essentially the same as it was before. Nothing's really changed. You kind of just need to spam phone quest until you're strong enough or high level enough to start doing more of the end game progression, which becomes things of unlocking artifacts, getting the new marks, getting the new abilities, etc. So unlocking your forms as well. There are forms as well. So the gameplay is the same. Now, it can get a little bit boring and tedious, so I do recommend playing with a friend. Playing with a friend is highly advised, mainly because it makes doing missions easier and faster. You don't want to be stuck doing a mission in the early game when you only have your fist and you don't really have abilities. The enemies can hit hard. However, if you manage to get past that first 5 ranks, you'll be fine. Honestly, you'll be fine. Now, more on the white clad side, side and the Fire Force side, again, nothing much has changed. Essentially, it is the exact same thing. Now, obviously, if you want to go Fire Force, you're going to be doing the good quest and not the bad quest. And then once you're rank 5, you're actually able to unlock your fire abilities, and then you do the Fire Force entrance exam stuff. Vice versa with the White Clad, you're going to be doing the bad stuff, the thief abilities, or the quest, sorry. And then once you have enough like bad karma, you can actually join the White Clad and it has its own version of an entrance exam as well, where you need to beat up a kid that got turned into an Inferno. Not too hard, but you can get your ass beat if you're not too careful. And honestly, that's pretty much it. The game does have new forms of content, but it's nothing crazy. The game's abilities and VFX etc have gotten a rework. Some of the abilities look a lot more sleeker now. There are some new abilities as well. There were some abilities that I hadn't seen before. I think it was called like something dragon, that looks really cool. I'll look more in depth with that. I'll look more in depth into that a little bit later or in a separate video. And yeah, that's honestly pretty much it. I don't honestly think Fire Force Online has the most content, but I do think it's something. We actually haven't had any new games on the platform that have been that entertaining, except for RuneSlayer in my opinion, and even that we're not actually able to play right now. So Fire Force Online is actually going to do a good job of keeping us entertained over the next couple of weeks, because there are other games that are meant to come out this month. So do you really gain nothing playing Fire Force Online? It's a entertaining game to play, however can be boring. There are a lot of features, there's a lot of gameplay that can be seen as a little bit sleeper. Is Fire Force Online the best game in the world? No. However, if you have nothing else to do and you just don't want to play games like Ghoul-Re, Fire Force Online will do you some well. What would I give it on a scale of 1 to 10? I'll give Fire Force Online a solid 6.5. It's not a bad game, but there's definitely room for improvement, and there's a lot they can do for the game to make it even better. But that's all from me. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one, and I will see you guys Fire Force Online tomorrow. We will be grinding. Peace. Quick additional disclaimer that I didn't actually clear up in the video, and I feel like re-editing everything. There is mobile. Apparently there is mobile. One of the moderators kind of clarified that to a player, and he told me the mod said there is mobile, so I'm assuming there's mobile. Again, this isn't confirmed by me. I'm just speculating that there might be mobile. Again, we're gonna have to find out tomorrow, or if you go inside the Discord server, links in the description, ask a mod or a dev just ask someone in the Discord server and they will definitely confirm that. I apologize that I'm not able to confirm that. I'm just a little bit lazy and I'm not feeling too well, so I don't really care. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Am I a terrible person? I apologize. As well as that, I am looking forward to using the new artifacts, the new accessories, and the new augments and the new abilities overall. I know I did rate Fire Force Online a 6.5. It doesn't mean I think the game is bad. It's just not my style of game. It really does feel super old school. It really feels 2021, and where I'm at now in terms of enjoyment and enjoying a Roblox anime game, I definitely want to feel a new experience. I want to be immersed into a new experience. So although Fire Force Online isn't bad, it's just that my style of enjoyability when it comes to video games isn't really doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I had those phases with games like GPO and Blox Fruits etc, and that's just not what I'm looking for anymore. I don't want to have to repeat the exact same thing over and over until I'm strong enough to start doing other things like fighting bosses and farming for new accessories and artifacts etc. I want a real gameplay cycle, and you know, this just doesn't have what I'm looking for. But Fire Force Online is still good. It's free to play, and we are definitely going to be playing it. I'll give you guys an in-depth review later on. See you guys in the next one.